what's up? Um, I would like to say I made the very first video and I don't think I saved it. And then there was another video before this one and I don't think I saved it. So I'm gonna go back and look to see if I can put them up. If not, I redo them. On some things I put out, it's not a direct conversation that I've cut up into um, different videos because I didn't want it to be too long. Um, and so some of them kind of stand on their own, but some of them is series. But all of them are related. Um, yep, all of them are related, and all of them. Oh, excuse me, how rude. Um, but all of them are related in a sense of building and sharing and helping and giving people hope. But now, let's get back to it. Okay. So, on the last video, we were talking about building that building. And when it comes to building a building, I'm not an architect, but let's think about it in stages for the general public of what we expect, what we see, and some of the things that we don't see. See, when it comes to building a building, first, well, you have to have a need for it, and you have to figure out, according to your need, what size of building you need. You also have to figure out funding. Where you gonna get your funding from? You have to figure out location, place. What's the best place for this building? What am I trying to do with this building? Am I going to build a 100-story office building in the middle of a neighborhood that has nothing but houses, not even any apartments, and the population of the city is 100,000 people, and that's the largest city in that area? Think about it. Are you going to build, or is anyone or business, are they going to build a building like that? You see, you have to look at all those factors. And so once you get that together, then you take it to the city council. You get approval, you do your studies, blah 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 blah. The city council approves it. You have to find and this may be a little out of order. I'm not an architect, but you have to find a designer. You have to find an architect in which you believe has the ability to bring your vision to life, of this glamorous representation of you, which holds all your operations. You want to make sure they have good company, reputable company. You want to think about the materials. You want to think about, first, let's get it erected. Because interior design is based on that building being built. That's what it's based on. It's based upon the needs in which the building was built for and was housed in it. For example, I don't know how many jails have swimming pools, spas, and luxury accommodations. I ain't never been arrested, so I don't know nothing about that. But I'm just throwing an example out. So now let's get on to it. So we're all searching for a purpose. What is our purpose? Who are we? Where do we want? Where do we want to go? Who do we love? I'm bisexual, proudly bisexual, and I don't give a damn who knows. People see this and they don't realize it. What they do? because I'm living in my happiness where I have to be happy with me, not with you and what you think. Now, let me also say this. There's also my business. I'm not going to project that on you, but that's my business. I'm not going to hide from who I am because some of those people that be criticize me the most will be the same people that don't think about me, but they're going off living their lives. But I will talk about that aspect later on. Um, okay, so you have to think about these things. Where do you want to be? Your location. Now, I hope all people look at this, but I would have no desire to live in Wyoming. Why? Because it's not diverse. It's cold. It's in a part of the country that I would not want to live in. I haven't said anything bad about Wyoming. I've just mentioned truths. The weather, the geographic location, and the demographics. That's fact. So, I'm thinking, where do I want to put this? Now, do I want to put a summer resort in Montana? How successful do you think that's gonna be? See, you have to think about these things. And the reason why I mention this is because I like math. But one of the things that public schools, and when I say public schools, I mean K through 12, and it includes private schools too. They don't do when it comes to math is they don't give you the application of everyday life. So kids think, well, what is this for? What am I using this for? And if they would just give those everyday applications that are tangible that they can see, kids would become more excited about it. But I say all of this as far as for the interior design of my edifice, my glamorous tower, in which I don't have to boast or brag on. It speaks for itself. In which the opulence does not have to be overboard. Because let me tell you something. In my building, all well, poor, rich, educated, ignorant as hell. And some people want to ding me for that. But black, white, blue, green, orange, straight, whatever. But I say that in this sense, and don't get me wrong, you have some people that are considered ignorant based on the lack of education. But that does not mean that they're not good people, have a good heart, and would die for you, and would do anything for you, and give you their last piece of food if they saw you hungry and they were cooking dinner. Then you have some people that ignorance is based on the fact of a lacking of exposure, which causes them not to be able to grow and improve themselves. So, but just because you may fit in that category does not mean you do not deserve redemption. Okay, so now we got that. But I want all people to be welcome in this edifice. So therefore, I'm gonna have a little something for everybody. I'm gonna have a little something for everybody to appreciate. For people to intermix and intermingle to be able to get an understanding of what this person is experiencing and that person experiencing and that person and that person. Therefore, you have a proper understanding of a part of who and what, who they are, why they conduct themselves in that way, how they think. Because I don't know when the last time you wondered why you couldn't find a camel in the ocean. But that's an example. But once you learn about that camel and that experience, you understand why. That's the same for human beings. That's the same for your building. And those people that can appreciate your building and want to learn and grow with you, add to your edifice, that appreciate it. You welcome them. You want them because you know what? If they can appreciate your edifice, they may not be perfect, but the fact that they can appreciate it says something about them. You see, sometimes we see beauty based on our experiences, the things that we were taught subconsciously or consciously. But if these people are able to open themselves up to appreciate your edifice and learn from you, learn from your experiences, learn from others that are able to appreciate that and maybe be on different levels. Before anyone gets mad, I'm talking about financially or wherever they are in life. Need you welcome those people in. Those people that cannot appreciate that and are jealous hearted and want to tear your edifice down because it does not fit their description of what is exceptional. Because they are not capable of building such an edifice. Because they are not capable of digging deep enough to find a foundation of bedrock to be able to build their building while their building has been condemned. You remove them. That's what you do. Because you see, a building is just not what's on the outside. A part of that is what's on the inside. A part of what is on the inside governs and dictates the sign on the top of their building. If and when you go to cities and you see buildings and they have their names on it, that is dignifies what's inside their building and what their building is used for. If you run across a dilapidated building, that dignifies that that building is broken, torn down, and is of no purpose. But that does not mean it does not have purpose. But after it sits so long, it does have to be demolished. One of the things I think of is Iyanla Vanzant. And yes, I'm giving her a shout out. I love you, Iyanla. Because one of the things she says is, how do you expect this parent to be this parent if they were not given the tools to be a good parent? How do you expect people that you bring in your building to be invigorated, embellished in the energy of growth and prosperity and humility, to be able to see that in your building if your edifice, your interior design does not provide it or the tools from them to grow and appreciate that. It's 14 minutes. I'm going to leave off with that, but I want you to think about it. And I hope that this is making sense to you. All of my videos, they I've made them age restricted, and no one for no one under 18. Um, that's because I think this is appropriate for my child. I would start talking this to my child from the time they came into this world. But some people may not want to hear their child hear it from me. They may be want to be the ones that present it to their child. But these videos, at least these ones about the psychology and the growth and on who you are, they're for all ages. But if you want your kids to see these videos, then as a parent, you make that decision. All right, peace. In stream. Oh.